Hi YouTube, welcome to week 10 pregnancy vlog. I am 11 weeks and 1 day today. 11 weeks. 11 weeks. It's crazy how it goes by so fast. Okay, I'm hoping that this is going to be a little more organized than the previous one. But, you know, as always, no promises. I did have a doctor's appointment last Tuesday, but it wasn't really a doctor's appointment. It was more like a nurse appointment. My initial appointment, you know, they just confirmed my pregnancy with the pregnancy test and went over family medical history, you know, with the 12,000 sheets of paperwork that they have to fill out. And then they set my real first doctor's appointment to February 16th. So I will be going to that, and I'm not super excited about it. It's, you know, it's the first doctor's appointment, so I'll be getting, you know, I'll be getting checked, the Pap, so they can get cultures and take tests, and then I'll be going and getting my blood drawn, and I don't remember if it's like 3 or 5 vials of blood they have to take for the initial blood draw, but in any case it's too many because I don't like needles, and I'm getting better as I get older, but I usually pass out. You know, when I was younger, I would pass out every single time I'd get a shot or my blood drawn. And I'm getting better now. You know, I've had 3 pregnancies, so I've been getting poked a lot, and I haven't passed out. You know, you get your blood drawn however many times, and I haven't passed out that many times, but I still pass out, you know. I'm sure it's all in my head, and I'm just, you know, making a big fuss out of nothing. But anyway, I am not looking forward to it. Let's see. I have this all written down, but it's like not in any kind of sensible order. So for my cravings, it sucks because I am a big chicken eater. You know, I like chicken fingers and chicken sandwiches and just chicken in general. I liked chicken. And it seems like over this past week, and maybe a little bit even before that, I don't like chicken anymore. It tastes funny to me. And, you know, I'd take a bite out of it and I'd be like, man, is this, babe, taste this and tell me if it tastes funny. And he's like, no, it tastes fine. So, you know, the first time I thought, you know, maybe it was just me, maybe I just had a funky taste in my mouth, but unfortunately that's not the case. I, at this point in time, cannot eat chicken anymore. It just doesn't taste right to me. And that really sucks because chicken was really my main meat source. You know, I'd have a steak every now and then, but I eat more chicken than I do beef. So, unfortunately, I can't eat chicken, and I'm hoping that's just a phase that I'm gonna get over fairly quickly. Anyway, what I have been craving is Schlotzsky's sandwiches. I don't know if any of you guys know what, you know, Schlotzsky's deli fast food type place is, but they make everything fresh, and I usually get turkey bacon club sandwich, and it comes with, you know, a little bit of mayo and lettuce and tomato and bacon and turkey, and I put a little bit of Italian dressing on it, and it is so good. I love it. And I can eat that pretty much any time of the day when I'm hungry. It is so good. So I have noticed lately that my stomach is getting, or my uterus area, it's starting to get to the point where I can feel it getting taut. You know, I can feel it starting to get to that point where it's stretching because I feel like, you know, like I either just got punched in the stomach or, you know, like I did 100,000 sit-ups. I have started doing little workouts. I just actually did a YouTube search, and there's a lady on YouTube that I've been doing her workouts too. They're not anything extremely difficult, and they don't have any abdominal exercises. She has a 6-minute warm-up video that I prefer that one just because, you know, it's not really anything too hard, and to be honest, I'm not in shape. I'm really not in shape. So anyway, it works out for me because it's only 6 minutes and she's doing really simple things, and I don't know how to say this without sounding, I don't know. I don't want to feel completely lazy throughout my entire pregnancy. And I do want to, you know, stay healthy and, you know, do some exercises. I don't want to have to do too much after the baby's born. However, with that being said, with my previous pregnancies, I didn't really do a whole lot to get the weight off, you know, just normal stuff, but you know, I'm getting older, so things could change. So I still have a terrible sense of smell, and I mean that as in my smelling abilities have been enhanced, and that's not really a good thing. For example, this might be really gross to some of y'all, but it actually happened, and it's a good example of my terrible sense of smell. When I did my workout, I think it was the first time I got my socks and I was putting on my tennis shoes, and I smelled something that smelled really bad, and I was like, oh my god, I really hope my tennis shoes aren't starting to stink, because you know, I don't really have stinky feet, and my shoes usually don't smell like really bad. So it might sound gross, but I kind of smelled the inside of my shoe, and it still smelled like shoe. You know, it doesn't smell like stinky feet. So I was like, okay, that's weird. And then I smelled my socks, thinking maybe somehow dirty socks got put in the clean drawer, and that wasn't the problem. So I'm like looking around trying to figure out, what is this nasty smell? And I glanced at the bottom of my shoes, make sure I didn't step on anything, and I didn't really see anything. So I'm like, okay, you know, I felt like I was going crazy. So I look everywhere on the floor, still can't see anything. So I go to put my shoes back on again, and I smelled again. So then I turn my shoe over, and I'm like really inspecting the bottom of my shoe. And there is, in between the grooves of the bottom of my shoe, there's like a microscopic spot of, I guess it's dog poop, that had been there. You know, it's dried, it's not fresh, so it shouldn't be smelling that bad. And it was super tiny. And it wasn't, you know, it wasn't on the top of my shoes, it was in the in-between. And I could smell it just by trying to put my shoes on. So I was like, okay, that's kind of gross. So I took my shoe outside and cleaned it off the best I could with, you know, a stick or whatever. Anyway, that's kind of an example of how my nose can pick up smells that I would really rather not pick up. Okay, I actually did, my due date changed, which I know I already talked about my doctor's appointment. I told you guys this was not in any kind of order, and I have things that are like scattered around. Anyway, at my doctor's appointment, or my nurse appointment, I was 10 weeks and 2 days, and she told me that I was, you know, she did her little calculation, and she said, okay, you're 10 weeks and 2 days. So I was right on as far as, you know, how far along I am. But my due date changed by 2 days. I was supposed to be due August 26th of 2012, and she bumped it up a couple days. So now it's August 28th of 2012, which is not really a big difference, but I was just a little, I don't know, a little shocked that it wasn't the same if, you know, the weeks were the same. But she said sometimes it, you know, it varies by a day or two, so, oh well. I have been craving a lot of milk. I love vitamin D whole milk. It is so good. And I drink it a lot. And if I'm not drinking just milk, I will have cereal. And obviously cereal has milk in it, so I'm getting milk that way. And, you know, I do like milk, but before I was pregnant, I didn't really drink any. Mostly just because, you know, my girls drink a lot of milk, and I don't know, I guess I kind of feel bad for stealing their milk, but now that I'm pregnant, I kind of have an excuse to drink some milk because I can just say it's for the baby. I've never had this problem with any of my other pregnancies, not that I noticed anyway. I am more in tune with this pregnancy than I was the previous pregnancy, so maybe that's it. I have, for 2 days, I went to the potty and I noticed a little, maybe like a quarter size amount of old blood. TMI, sorry. And, you know, I was kind of like, okay, what is this from? Now, I wasn't freaking out because it was old and I hadn't been bleeding. I have no cramping, nothing like that. So I was like, okay. You know, I didn't know maybe if I was doing too much around the house. I just kind of decided to take it easy for a little while and see if I got any more. And I didn't for that entire day. And then the next day was actually yesterday, I had an even smaller amount of the same kind of stuff. It was maybe a fourth of the first amount. So, you know, I know pregnancy is a crazy thing and tons of stuff could happen to cause little tiny amounts of bleeding like that. So I wasn't really worried about it, and, you know, like I said, I haven't had any cramping or, you know, any signs of miscarriage or anything like that, so I was not worried about it. I think that's it. Thank God they're not huge. For the most part, I don't really get pimples. However, I have been getting they're super, super tiny, like, bump type things. They're not like big, huge, poppable pimples. They're just, it kind of feels more like a rash, and it's just like from this side of my face, and then it kind of stops at my chin, but then it goes over to this side also. So I've been trying to clean my face as much as possible with a couple different things, but luckily they're not, you know, I could put makeup on it and it covers it up for the most part. It's not something really noticeable. Most people wouldn't be like, oh my god, you have pimples, you know, because it's not bam in your face. It's just, I think I just noticed because, you know, I feel my face more often than anybody else does, and, you know, they're just little tiny bumps that I'm hoping will eventually go away. Okay, on to baby buys. Okay, I did forget once again to bring it over here before I sat down and got this all set up. I don't know if you guys noticed, I do have background. I actually got this from my dad. He wasn't using it anymore, and I figured it would work good for a background so you guys don't have to see my messy room anymore. Okay, anyway, I finally got the wipes that I had cut out. I only had 6 cut out, and I finally got them finished. I have washed them once to just kind of get a head start on the washing stuff. Anyway, I didn't notice when I first got this fabric that it has little butterflies on it. I just got it because I thought the mushrooms were cute. But, you know, it's just a wipe. It's going to wipe their butt. Who really cares, right? Anyway, so I have 2 of those. I think these are the brown ones that I showed you last time. And then these cute little whales. And I have 2 of those, so I have 2 of each. Only 6, but it's a good start. Now also, I have cut out, I think, 10 one size diapers that I am getting ready to sew for our baby. And I made, oh, excuse me, I have indigestion. I made 10 newborn soaker pads. It's just a layer of terry cloth on each side with a layer of Zorb in the middle. And when I first made these, you know, I don't know if anybody knows Zorb at all, working with Zorb. It is really stiff. It's a stiff material, and I was kind of curious about that, like how it would work being an insert. But I washed these yesterday, and I've only washed them once, and they're really, they're much more loose. They're much softer, I guess. They're not as stiff. You know, I was kind of worried, like, you know, I wouldn't want something that stiff in my hiney. So I was contemplating whether or not I wanted to use them. But since I've washed them, I'm actually much more satisfied that they're not super soft, but they're much more pliable, I guess. And then I'll probably make more, maybe 10 more. I got 10 here, so I'll probably, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, my throat is so scratchy right now. I don't know what the deal is. Perfectly fine until I start making a video. Anyway, I'll probably make 10 more of these, and then I'll start with the bigger inserts. And what I'll do with those is I have pre-cut out Zorb diaper insert things, and I'll probably make just make it the size of that, and then put a couple snaps in it so that I can kind of fold it down. And after the baby outgrows these, I'll use these as doublers, maybe for at night, or, you know, if they need extra wetness protection. And then the insert, I should have brought one that I have made over there. You know, let's just pretend like this is the big one. I'll put a male snap here and a couple snaps here where I can just snap it down. And on the smallest size, I'll use that first after he or she outgrows these, and then it can be snapped up a little bit bigger, and then you can just open it for the biggest insert setting. Okay, I didn't get a lot of baby buys this week. Our lovely income tax return should be coming in any day now, and you know, we had already planned out to use that money for the baby stuff and our other money for, you know, other non-important stuff like bills. So we could have switched it, and I could have bought a whole bunch of stuff with the money we have now and paid our bills with the income tax return, but I don't like switching stuff up like that. I'd rather just, even though I am impatient, unfortunately, I'm a very impatient person, I would rather just, on something like that, I would rather just wait, because it's not like the baby is coming anytime soon, and it would just be ridiculous not to wait. Anyway, I am blabbering. I got this, we actually went to Ross. I haven't been to Ross in a while. We've been going to like Target and Walmart and other such stores, but this is a really soft, fleecy, I think gender neutral baby blanket, and it was only $3.99. And in my opinion, that's really good, because I was looking at the blankets at Target, and the cheapest blanket was like $12, and it was for a basic blanket. And I don't know, you know me, I like getting the same stuff for cheaper rather than pay more money for it. We also got this, I'm trying to find the price tag. What is this? 3 to 6 months. I was talking to my mom on the phone yesterday. My mom, she talks forever. When I was shopping, I couldn't concentrate on like what I was getting when I was talking to her. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I didn't get a whole lot of stuff. So I didn't even realize the sizes that I got. Anyway, 3 to 6 months. Obviously the baby will be 3 to 6 months at some point in time. Comes with a cute little hat, and it says Ribbit and then it's got a frog butt. And it was only $3.99 also. So I am good with that. And this is a 5-piece set. Little monkeys. I don't know why. I'm just crazy about monkeys for some reason. I think this detaches from the bib, so it'll just be like a little stuffed animal toy type thing. Comes with the bib. Just a cute little monkey onesie. Cute pair of gray pants. And then this full sleeper thing. And this it's 0 to 3 months, and it was only $9.99. So I don't think that was a bad deal. I do remember one thing I didn't write down. We've been doing that a lot lately. We've been deciding back and forth whether or not we want to find out the sex of the baby. And I feel bad because, as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I had already decided without the input of my husband that I was not going to find out the sex of the baby. And I didn't really take into consideration that, it should be a joint decision. And because I don't like to feel guilty, we will probably find out the sex of this baby. And I guess it's kind of a good thing, just because there are reasons you find out the sex to make your life a little easier. You can start shopping for specific boy or girl items. I think that's it. I'm going to put in the fetal development for last week at 10 weeks. And then this is the fetal development picture for this week. The baby is now just over 1.5 inches. Tiny tooth buds are beginning to appear under his or her gums, and some of the baby's bones are beginning to harden. I think it's next week, this coming up week, when I turn 12 weeks, I'll be in the second trimester. I know it varies, different websites and different people and different doctors think different things. It's been so long since I've seen my doctor, I don't know what week she considers second trimester. I haven't weighed myself lately. I think it was a couple days ago, and I was almost a pound heavier than my beginning weight. So I'm just gonna say I'm 119 right now, so I've gained a pound. Yay! I'm gonna go, and I will see you guys for my next pregnancy vlog. Thanks for watching.